So friends, what's the main takeaway from the 800-plus page report that was just issued by the January 6th committee about the insurrection? Simple. Trump must be prosecuted. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So let's talk about the top line takeaways from the 800-plus page report that was just issued by the J6 committee. But first, if you'll indulge me, just 30 seconds of housekeeping. As you may know, we're an all-volunteer outfit here at Justice Matters. We're up and running 7 days a week, posting a legal analysis video every day, fighting for accountability, fighting against Trump's crimes, fighting government corruption in all its forms, and we couldn't do it without your help and without your support. If you're interested in supporting our all-volunteer efforts, our mission, our content, please feel free to come on over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron, and if you do, I'll send you some Team Justice and Justice Matters stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. And I want to say thank you to the many of you who have come over and joined us on patreon.com. Now, let's turn to the news of the day, the mega report issued by the January 6th committee. I think a Reuters headline captured best what's most important about this report. Headline: Capitol Riot Panel's final report sets out case to try Trump. And that article begins, the congressional panel probing the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol released its final report late on Thursday, outlining its case that former U.S. President Donald Trump should face criminal charges of inciting the deadly riot. The House of Representatives Select Committee also made public the transcripts of a number of its interviews and witness testimonies earlier on Thursday and on Wednesday. The report, which runs more than 800 pages, is based on nearly 1,200 interviews over 18 months and hundreds of thousands of documents, as well as the rulings of more than 60 federal and state courts. 1,200 witnesses, friends, and they were almost all Republicans. That's a whole lot of witnesses. That's a whole lot of evidence. That's a whole lot of support for the conclusion that Donald Trump must be prosecuted. You know, friends, the consistency of the criminality laid out in the J6 committee's report is really staggering. And I think it's best exemplified by the persistent and pervasive pressure campaigns that Donald Trump waged in every way he could think of to try to unconstitutionally retain the power of the presidency. He waged a pressure campaign on the Department of Justice, trying to corrupt and weaponize DOJ to do his dirty bidding. And we know that one high DOJ official, Jeffrey Clark, gave in to Trump's pressure campaign and joined Trump's conspiracy to commit offenses against the United States. Trump waged a pressure campaign on state election officials, perhaps most notably, most memorably, Brad Raffensperger down in Georgia, who had that infamous phone call where Trump was pressuring him to find me 11,780 votes and corruptly declare me the winner. But what we learned is that Brad Raffensperger did not succumb to Trump's pressure campaign. There was Trump's pressure campaign on witnesses, perhaps most notably Cassidy Hutchinson, who I believe will go down in the history books as a hero of this dark period in U.S. history. There was the pressure campaign that Donald Trump waged against his own vice president, Mike Pence, who ultimately did the right thing. He certified the election's results, but he's no hero. History will not be kind to Mike Pence, but I hope it's accurate. And then there's a pressure campaign that in some ways is most damaging and sinister of them all, but I don't think we've talked about it nearly enough. It's the pressure campaign Donald Trump waged against his own supporters. Donald Trump told his base that their vote was stolen. That was a lie. The election was rigged. That was a lie. Their president was being unlawfully taken from them. That was a lie. And he pressured them, and he pressured them, and he gathered them together, and he whipped them up into a frenzy, and he made sure some of them were armed. And he pressured them into going to the Capitol. He said, if you don't fight like hell, you won't have a country anymore. You will not take back your country with weakness. You need to show strength. Now get down to the Capitol and stop the certification. Stop the steal. In a very real sense, he pressured his own base, his supporters. He duped them. Now, many of them were people who were either incapable of or unwilling to separate fact from fiction, but they looked up to this man. Maybe they thought he was a successful businessman. He wasn't. Maybe they just liked the way he unleashed hate. He gave them permission to hate out loud in the harsh light of day, to be racist, to be misogynistic, to be xenophobic, to hate and hate and hate. Maybe that's why they looked up to him and followed his commands, but he pressured them, and he pressured them from a platform of lies. The people he should have been leading as president, he pressured them into doing his dirty bidding and to going to the Capitol and fighting like hell and trying to stop the certification of Joe Biden's win. In some ways, that is the most despicable pressure campaign of all. So now, friends, I'm going to go back to the 800-plus page report because I've only just scratched the surface, and I have to keep running out for new printer ink for my little printer here in the office. But I'll get through it, and I will keep trying to bring to your attention the revelations that are in there, maybe things that we're learning for the first time. But here is my overarching takeaway from this 800-plus pages documenting the crimes of Donald Trump. You know, this is now an indictment, a conspiracy indictment that can write itself. I mean, this is beyond a blueprint. This is like, GPS for prosecutors. All they have to do is follow the prompts, follow the trail, look at the evidence of crime that's been uncovered and documented by the January 6th committee, God bless them, and this is a criminal conspiracy indictment that writes itself. Friends, happy holidays. Thank you for everything. Thank you for hanging in there. It's not easy. Accountability has been far too long in the making, but it's coming. Justice is coming. And justice matters. Friends, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.